Don't know why. It's got to be in the process of how they make it. But what we're going to do tonight is non-fat, non-instant. The difference mainly between non-instant and instant is the process of cooking. There's also different grades. So you're going to have your skim. This is the non-fat, so it's like a 1-ish, maybe a 2% milk. Or you're going to have the whole milk. This I buy on the Mexican aisle. It is whole powdered milk, and depending on what you're going to be doing with your milk, depends on what you need to use. When you go to make butter, you need whole powdered milk, trust me.
Is that instant or non-instant?
This one, I believe, is instant.
And it's good.
I think they're both instant. They're both instant. I like the churches. I really do. I know a lot of people like the morning moose. My mom's a big fan of that one, and that's the only one she'll buy. It's in a number 10 can.
Do they still sell that?
I think they sell it.
Yes and no, it's not very common.
Yeah, they used to sell it at Costco years ago.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
used to have big buckets.
It's on Amazon.
Was it? Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
used to be at Walmart, but that's a hit and miss.
Walmart is hit and miss. They used to have and some of them were bigger. I would drive out to the one in Queen Creek because they had half an aisle
Yeah.
of number 10 cans in food stores.
Now you're at like a quarter if you're lucky.
And that's if you're lucky. A lot of them pulled it out because nobody uses it.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks powdered milk, it's just milk. It's not the case. And depending on what you're going to do, depends on what you want to store. We are not picky eaters. So for us, if I can add vanilla to it, my kids will drink the milk. They don't care. My suggestion is before you go out and buy 500 pounds or however many pounds of powdered milk you want to buy, try it. There are some brands I don't like. I would drink it if there's nothing else. But it's not something that I'm like, yay, we gotta live off of. No. Try it before you buy it. This is the church's milk. They used to sell it in 25-pound sacks. That's why I have this taped to the front and why it's in buckets. Now they sell it in pouches. The reason they went from 25-pound sacks and number 10 cans to now 20 or little pouches is because nobody uses that much powdered milk at a time and it's going to waste. That was their biggest complaint from
So this
people.
does go to waste?
It doesn't at my house. I've gone through that much of a 5-gallon bucket in a month and a half to 2 months.
So it doesn't stay or?
Well, you don't. I think what I always understood, you don't have as much of the nutritional value of it, but it still works. That's
Yep.
what I always heard from them.
Yep.
That was years ago.
And over time, because it has it comes from milk. There is butter solids in it.
It'll go rancid, like?
Over time, it will go rancid. They say milk, I want to say stores, I could be really wrong. I want to say like 15 years, 20 years. But I could be wrong. It could be 5, 10. But I use my milk for a lot of things. If I'm short on milk, like lately, we've done this whole challenge to see what we can live off of. So we have been making our own milk. I've bought maybe 10 gallons of milk in the last 2 months. Just for lots of reasons, but to see if we could do it. I use my milk in my bread recipes. If it's something quick and easy, I just throw the powdered milk in it. It just gives it that milk flavor and makes it a little more creamier. But we don't always, because we drink a lot of milk and we've been using this as our main milk source. That's why we've gone through that much milk of powdered milk lately. It normally takes me a year or so just using it in recipes to go through a 5-gallon, maybe 2 years. So depending on where you buy it and what containers it comes in, depends on what size container you're going to want to put it in, depending on how much you use it. Now, this comes in a number 10 can. It's already sealed. I don't have to do anything. It just sits on my shelf. I don't use this as often because everything that I use powdered milk for, I can just use this. This comes in when you want to do the powder milk into cheese or into butter. You really want to do the whole milk. It just turns out better. So
But it tastes good if you use that for milk.
it does. It tastes like whole milk, where this tastes like your 1%.
Do you treat it the same way as flour, like for storage purposes? If you bought in bulk, put it in there. Do you nice?
I guess it.
Gas it.
Yep. Yep, and I've had these. I bought it when I was in Queen Creek, so 5, 6 years ago. And we haven't had a problem. Storage wise, they've been just fine, yeah. So that's the difference in the milk. Depending on what you do, I would suggest, depends on how you want to do it. Now, when I go, we will make milk tonight, but when I make milk, I put it in my glass jars. It chills quicker in glass. It just tastes better in glass. It's easier for me. I don't have, I mean, like, I have a big pitcher, but I don't have 10 of these. So to go buy them, it made more sense for me to do it in the glass jar. I just like the glass jar. And I do pickle jars. I do pickle jars because I can get pickles for $6. I can take the jar. You go buy a gallon jug, it's gonna be 20 to 30 bucks. It just makes sense to buy pickles, even if you throw them away. $6, $7.
Yeah, take it to my house. They'll be gone in 2 days. You can have your jar back. My kids love pickles.
So I put mine in there, and I prefer to make mine overnight. There are some non-instant. It's a whole process. You gotta heat up the water, then you gotta add it in, and then it gets chilled. Whereas instant powdered milk, you make it, you throw it in the fridge. You don't have to heat up the water. With these jars, yes, it is a gallon. But when you're making it, and there's different ways to make it. If I'm just going to take it, dump water in, put powder in, and whisk it, then I'll make a gallon. And it's like just, sometimes it overflows. But because the more you mix the powdered milk, the more frothy it's going to get until it sits. I mean, you saw there was no froth on that. If you put it in a blender, that was 3/4 of a gallon, because it gets really frothy to the point that the froth, with a 3/4 gallon, the froth is coming up and sometimes out of my jar. So this is powdered milk. We put vanilla in ours. So ours tastes slightly different.
Do the kids not drink it without the vanilla?
They don't care, to be honest. You can tell my son. He's the one that loaded the dishwasher tonight. You guys just might be better off.
Passing it around and chugging it?
Probably.
Like the boys do?
I mean, most of. Yeah, we'll go for the adults. They're getting there.
Go for the tom. I don't care who's asking, it's still a shot. Because you know.
You know what?
Kids load it with dirty hands and so there's dirt spots all over the outside.
When Brooke was doing it, loading the dishwasher, spotless. Now that it's Camden, he's like, I love him, but there's just some jobs boys probably shouldn't do. Or at least my boy. Okay, have at it.
Shohni, I don't drink it. Sorry, I just don't drink it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, that's all right.
I don't
like
drink
learning
milk. If it's in cereal or baking, great. If it's cheap,
put vanilla
great.
in it?
I
I
just
did.
don't drink milk.
Ching ching!
So I wouldn't be able to tell you if it tasted good or not because I don't drink them.
That's good.
Cereal milk.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's a little sweeter than your store-bought milk, but
It's
Cause
drinkable.
you put vanilla in it,
I
right?
do. Every batch, I
Now, that was the milk from that, or was that from Nido?
No.
From
This
that one?
from my
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
And I had some friends over, we were like taste testing some freeze dried stuff and whatever at the beginning of the year. And so I made a gallon of the Nido. And I went on the internet and checked all the different things that people say to put in your milk to make it taste better. So I had a little jar of just the plain milk, a little jar with vanilla in it, a little jar with a little bit of sweetened condensed milk, a little bit of sugar, a little, there were like 5 different ones. And everyone preferred just the plain Nido. So it really does taste like just cold milk. I didn't add any.
Shohni, what size is this? Is this the large?
My sister.
The hydrator?
Yeah.
That's a 24 tray.
I know.
It
Like,
doesn't
did you know how
come
you
in-
sent that thing, the email with the discount on Black Friday for the free? Isn't that the freeze dry?
No,
Or is that
that's the
different?
hydrator.
Oh, gotcha.
The freeze dryers aren't.
Yeah.
near that big.
Oh, okay. I was trying to tell from the picture and I was like,
They would go and get the big.
I mean, it
jar.
weighs 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Are we saving this?
But it's
smaller.
Wait, is this real milk?
Yeah, it's probably on my counter, probably like this.
Oh, okay. Because you have one of those too, don't
Separated
you?
and I had to shake
Oh, you
it
don't?
up and I'm like, this is good.
We're talking about going in on.
I want to get one, but for my barn here,
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Because the problem with those is once they're set up, they're not moving.
Oh, okay.
And you shouldn't move them because of the motor and the oil and everything. So once it's,
So you need a good spot for it.
once it's set up, you gotta leave
So
it
when we
there.
build our compound, we can get it there.
Yes. I've had friends move it back and forth.
And it runs.
I haven't
I
actually,
never-
I videoed it on Saturday, but I haven't put it
No,
on
and
there.
Anita, what's the shelf life on that, do you know?
Milk classic. And we're just on
That is a good question.
unedited. I don't know how to edit.
I would assume the same as
If you
this.
just
It's
search
gonna
Shohni,
say
her
different.
spelling of her name, it comes up
Um,
because there's nobody else.
I mean, for,
So anyway, so deposit class. And
That's all right.
And it's like this.
somewhere there's
All
normally,
these
oh,
breaks in between.
best
People
if
are
used
chatting.
before April 30th, 2021, and I bought this August of 21, August of 20.
Very bad camera work.
So a year and a half.
Some dirty
That's what it says on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting a call.
All right, go. All right, so we are gonna make all the recipes.
That was good. And I know, I heard when they first came out with the milk, they had that big, class and salt. A big old thing for the community for food storage. Do you
Yeah.
remember that? And they introduced the milk and they said the prophet had to approve it.
Way back when, or when was it?
Yeah, years ago in Salt River State.
They did their,
And they
it was
did
like
the
a,
community.
yeah, it was like their big fair
Yeah.
thing.
And I remember tasting going, this is so good. You know what, compared to when I was a kid. I have a couple of boxes of pouches, but.
And you can drink more if you like. It tastes better cold. That's why we make it at night and it for the next morning. So we are gonna first start with milk. Then we're gonna make evaporated milk and then sweetened condensed milk. So all the recipes are in this. I just copied the book, to be very honest. It was just easier because there's a lot of recipes I used from this book. This book is fantastic. I don't remember what it's called, but I have it downstairs.
But I can't believe it's
Oh,
food
yeah. Yep, it's on the book. It's amazing how that works.
But she didn't copy these straight out of the, there's no.
No, there's no
Copyright
copyright.
In case anybody's watching on YouTube.
Now, when you
So-
make the sweetened condensed milk, are you making that tonight, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I haven't bought a can of evaporated or sweetened condensed milk in several years. Now, I have been gifted some or gotten some from co-ops, so I have some. Actually, I just have sweet condensed. I don't have evaporated. So when I go to make recipes and it calls for one of these, it's like a, oh crap, I gotta make that and then finish my recipe type situation. But again, I always have it. I always have it on hand. Yes, some things take me a little longer because now I gotta make the evaporated milk, or now I gotta make the sweet condensed. But I always have it. I never have to go, oh, I wanna make this day. Let's see if I have the ingredients. I have it. So for me, that's more important than the other. So we are going to make, so there's a book that I copied, and then before you hit the cheese, there's another book I copied, and we're gonna use those to make the evaporated and the sweet condensed. But for the milk, we'll do that first. It has the recipe on the side. I know some of this will say, oh, you only have to use this much milk to reconstitute it. Whatever you store and however you decide to store it, follow their directions, because not every powdered milk is created equal, and the way this direction says this much water to this much powdered milk is not the same as another company that stores or that sells powdered milk. They are very different. So nothing is created equal. Whatever you store, keep the packaging, keep the directions however you want, but follow those directions. Don't follow whatever Google says how to reconstitute, because I can promise you, we tried this a couple weeks ago again, it does not work.
Page are beyond.
So there's the book
It says 61.
on the, so behind all of that is another one I copied.
68. 68? Right?
So behind all of that, I mean, yes, we can use,
88 was that the one?
they're all the same, but just cause this one is all on one page, we're just gonna
Once
do
you
this
pass
one.
86, once you pass 86, it's the next one. Right?
Yes.
Sorry. So after this,
Oh, okay.
After 86.
she's got them all on one page.
So we are going to use my blender. Okay, who wants to make the powdered milk?
I do.
This sounds dumb that we're learning to make this, but there's just a lot of people that don't know how to make it. So
Visual learner.
we're covering all bases here.
I can do it.
Okay, come on up.
Go ahead, Ruth. Ruth, go do it.
We're making
You want
powdered
to?
milk?
Do you want to?
No, good. How much? I do, that's no.
So do the next thing.
It's all you. Come on down.
get to do the cheese.
Okay, so you're good. I won't tell you what I petted when I made the milk the first time. You're welcome.
Whatever.
That's the next class.
So glad I drank that.
Run out to the country.
I am helping your guys' immune
Building our
system. Okay, so we're gonna make 3/4 of a gallon. So for every quart, we add 3/4.
Just tell me.
Nope, I will. For every quart, we add 3/4 cup. So we're gonna add 3/4 cup. You could do
Are these quarter?
yes ma'am,
So 3 of these?
yes ma'am.
That's a big quarter.
Oh, that's 3/4 cup.
Oh, so just one.
3 of them.
3. Okay.
So for every 4 cups of water,
Am I going still?
does 4 quarts equal a gallon? And we're making 3 quarts.
My head hurt.
So for every quart,
Blah 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 math. I hate math.
Just mix it.
Just tell me 3 scoops.
just make the damn milk, okay?
I will listen to what you're saying.
Pete's
and I
sakes.
will follow the recipe. Okay.
I already taught that today in my break.
That's it.
And it'll get stuck.
Yep.
Now, do you find, have you ever done it where you put the powder first and then the water?
I
On the
haven't.
bucket recipe.
Because I make a shake every morning and we put the powder first and then the water and it doesn't stick. Just
Really?
saying.
I probably should. Did I?
Is it blended?
No? plugged
Was
in
that
wrong.
in the direction?
Is it ready to go?
Oh.
Did you see that Facebook post that said Marie calendars ruin Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All the comments. A lady burned
Yep.
a pie. It was a picture of like a horribly burned pie. It was, a
it
big
was
Marie
black and then
calendar.
like
Or
red
ruining
rough, and you could see the
Thanksgiving.
inside.
You probably measure the water in here though, don't
I
you?
do.
It was so funny. The people going off on
The
her.
people's comments were.
There's some right here.
Yeah, exactly.
But then she
blamed
blamed
Marie
Marie
Calendar.
Calendar
I'm
for
sure.
ruining her
I'm sure it
Thanksgiving.
was a joke.
Yeah.
But it was a good joke
Yeah.
because everybody's mad about
But
it.
it set everyone off. They're like, yes, because Marie Calendar personally came to your house, set your oven to, what did it
And her name's
butthole.
Sharon.
And, yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, Sharon's the new Karen.
Oh, great.
They're like, you don't set the setting to hell.
They were a lot of fun. I woke up in the middle of the night and knocked on and landed on
Yeah.
for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I had to finally get off because I was
You know
missing
what?
a
I
lot
would
of
just
comments,
put it
but I
on.
was laughing.
And just let it go till it's done.
How do I know when it's done?
It'll stop. It's fancy like that.
This fancy. I need a fancy blender.
I did it.
My cat.
Did you have a Black Friday coupon for it this week?
I did for Black Friday. It's not Black Friday anymore.
I know. Thanks for sharing on Black Friday.
Now while we're waiting, I need 8 cups of water. It's slightly gone. Yep.
Wow, that's wild. I've never heard of a timer on a blender.
This thing's slick.
It has a clean setting too.
Wow.
Okay.
The Bosch blender is
No, that's why me
and
and
it's
Mom
so
got our down.
small too.
You know what? I had a Bosch and I want a KitchenAid.
I have one.
Blender part is just, we used 2 things because we make shakes every morning and now we have a Ninja.
Daddy left the keys of the
The
shed in the
blender.
shed.
But I still don't have anything to mix except the one mixer.
Well, I did.
I want a KitchenAid, these are pretty. Okay,
Yes, okay.
now that goes in here,
Yes, ma'am.
but it's gonna overflow
It
because,
might.
because you said if you use the blender,
Yep.
it foams. What's that?
Vanilla.
The vanilla butter.
Is
I
that
just
the-
ordered that off Amazon.
It's really
I
good.
love it.
Did I give you those ones?
But it's not,
Or did I throw them in
it's
the
white.
lunchbox?
They gave me
is.
some maple
So
thing.
mine
We got
is
some
a
of them,
bakery
not that brand,
emulsion.
but we got
Okay.
some of them, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
So
They
it's
said,
white,
"You're
but
right."
it's also butter
They
flavored.
weren't open, but I
vanilla.
couldn't find
It's
the
a
date.
buttered maple.
Wow.
Well, this
I
is a
was-
buttered vanilla.
I wasn't sure if you were needing them for your cheesecake or if you already made that.
I mean, I kept it.
You stick your finger in it like Dr. Pepper.
I've tried.
Kill the bubbles.
Doesn't work.
Little Dawn.
Okay. You want the foam in there too?
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
There's our powdered milk. I normally let it sit on the counter for a little bit for the foam to go down so that I don't.
So it's water, powdered milk, vanilla, and water.
Yep. And that is it. Powdered milk.
And you just eyeballed the vanilla. Is that
Yeah.
about a teaspoon?
Ish.
Or less or more, depending on how much you want it to taste like cereal milk. You know, if you just want a tiny, it's
It's like
Sure,
Lucky
everything-
Charms milk, but better.
That's it.
You know you can buy just the Lucky Charms
Ew.
marshmallows.
You can?
You
Yeah.
can.
I like having terms.
That should be in food storage.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna make evaporated milk. Who would like to do that? We got all sorts of things to make.
I'm the cameraman, so
BS. Just kidding. Okay,
keep moving it.
so this is all we're doing. Cup of water, Powdered milk.
What am I doing again? Blender, mixer?
Blender. It's just easier to do the blender.
That works.
One cup water.
Mine thinks
Would that be
Third
one
cup
there, Shohni?
powdered milk.
I can read that one maybe.
I bought all these nice new ones and then they all like, I need big metal ones, glass ones.
1 cup.
You have some really cute KitchenAid ones at Ross,
Really?
like cute colors. I was just there wasting time yesterday, that's why
I was here for the kitchen section.
I had like 2 hours, so I was just waiting for a kid to get done at an event.
Limited part.
Where's your lemon? I'm missing it.
Does it call for lemon?
Teaspoon. Half a teaspoon.
I'll be very honest, I never add lemons, but add away.
So what do you do to it that makes it evaporated then? I mean, it didn't
Well,
seem
that
like
says
it had-
for whip topping. So if we're just doing the evaporated milk, then I don't need it, right? Then I just
Yeah.
do those two.
Yeah.
Well, then we're done.
So then what's the difference between evaporated milk and regular milk? Just more
None.
milk to the water ratio, less water?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were doing 4 cups of water to 3/4 cup. And this we're doing 1 cup water to 2/3 cup powdered milk.
Oh, okay.
Which
So,
setting
yeah, a
number
lot
do you
less
like
water. Okay.
Oh,
Did she add milk to that?
No,
No.
because that's for I've noticed in the parentheses for whip topping. So just the evaporated milk and just your powdered milk and water.
it's fine.
I like it. You just want the bowl?
Yes, ma'am. Did it say 2 tablespoons of butter for the next
For the
one?
next one,
Yep.
yeah. Says for butter powder, rinse reconstitute a few drops of water.
I love the homemade sweetened condensed. Mainly because I can make a couple batches and stick it in my fridge. I don't have to do anything. Anytime I need it, I just pull it out.
So do you
Works
use the
fantastic.
homemade butter?
We're going to that. Hi, go downstairs. I'm angry at you.
What do you use sweetened condensed milk in?
I had to do all your dishes.
Oh. He seemed really broken up about it.
Right?
Oh.
He's like, oh,
Is
that's
that
all.
all?
That's all.
Okay, go downstairs. Your food's downstairs.
Which means you have double poop duty tomorrow, FYI.
Please don't let anyone make a mess. Whoops. I finally did mopping downstairs for the first time, and I don't even know how long.
You did what?
I mopped the floors.
I thought you said I did, I mopped it. Seems like when I mop, that's when like we get oops and they'll fall with a cup of juice and I'm
For
like,
You let the
reasons I
dog
don't,
in muddy feet.
don't know.
That's when my dog's digging, getting mud.
Yes.
Okay,
dogs will see shit.
who wants to do the sweetened condensed?
I will.
Oh, I'm asking you, do you use your homemade butter that you make with the powdered milk for this recipe?
No.
Or have you?
I have tons of butter stored in my freezer,
Okay.
and I have a cow.
Yeah.
So I don't have butter powder.
Okay.
But you could. I'm doing your half a cup of hot water.
Hey, thanks. Why did you need me to do anything?
There we go.
What's the point of me standing here? You melted the butter.
Come on, Vanna White. I give you the
butter and
teleprompter.
3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Or no, sorry, powdered milk.
Okay, what am I doing?
Add the butter in the water. And then it says with blender going to add sugar.
With blender
and
going? That
powdered
sounds
milk.
dangerous. Stick my fingers in there.
I put it all in the same time.
Yeah, is that a type? Where is their sugar?
Half cup hot water, 3/4 cup. This is
There's no sugar in sweet potatoes.
weird. How is it sweetened? How do you turn it on?
Add sugar.
Wait, don't turn it on yet. It'll go everywhere.
Well, it just said with the thing on.
Oh, don't listen to that.
I should have tried her idea of putting the powder in first.
What about the sugar you said? How
Yeah,
much
so
sugar
there's
is
no
there?
sugar in the ingredient list, but in the instruction list it says add sugar.
Calls for a cup of sugar.
This is
That's one
So
cup.
it's just missing it.
Yeah. Well, their book has a typo. Yes, it is 1 cup.
toilet color.
We need a
That is really sweetened. No wonder. Wow, there's more sugar than anything else. Oh.
That means you can't see it, but it'll start to sometimes with hot mud.
Okay, so what do you use it for?
7-layer bars.
7-layer bars.
It's not graham cracker.
Same magic bars.
Yeah,
we
all
had
magic
similar,
bars.
yeah.
Oh. Sounds delicious.
So right now, you can tell it's thick. The best thing to do is put it in the fridge and let it sit. So I don't have any because we just made hot fudge the other day. But typically when I know I'm gonna use sweetened condensed milk, or I'll make some and then keep it in the fridge for a month or 2.
So ignore the 2 weeks and it can go longer.
Oh yeah.
Always ignore the 2 weeks.
About once a month, I pull everything out and, make a big batch of beans, make a big batch of sweet condensed milk, I have certain things that I do that you just make it easier.
I made it for a sister missionary. She's from the
So what do you do to make hot fudge?
I made crepes, and she's never had crepes before.
I
But about the rest, it's like, it's so good in it.
Did I think I put that recipe in your guys' book, didn't I?
He's like, you like
I
sugar,
didn't look
don't
for
you?
it.
It might be in the flour section.
My husband doesn't like it.
Because isn't it?
Oh my gosh, our whole family loves it. We always make breakfast for missionaries.
Can you make fun?
I love it.
Hot fudge.
Oh, hot.
My hot fudge sauce.
They walk in and it smells like breakfast.
No, you're good.
Christmas
Nothing wrong with that.
German pancakes.
Well, you got fun.
Yeah.
Easy fudge. Is
Because
that
that
it?
basically cooks it because of the heat, right?
It won't cook it. I mean, it can. You could, cause you could do hot soups in this thing.
Okay.
Um,
Do you have to put a different button on or just make
Yep.
it go longer?
it turns to hot soups. I don't know what the difference is in everything.
Fudge, that's not hot fudge. I'm tired.
I'm pretty sure there's fudge in here
It
somewhere.
probably is. I
I'll
just
find
need to
it.
look further.
It might. I thought it was in the flour, but I could be wrong.
Oh, fudge sauce.
Are you doing-
Okay, that was just totally random, but I opened it.
And she
So
got
it's
fun.
evaporated milk, sugar, unsweetened chocolate, butter, vanilla, and salt. And then there's easy hot fudge.
In the pages
Depends on
from the
the
I
hot
Can't
fudge.
Believe It's Food Storage.
Where did you find it?
No, so that's in the gluten-free idea. Before the gluten-free. Nope, just kidding. Keep going. LDS home food storage.
It's also in the.
This is the one I'm doing.
So it's right before the wheat. Mine's like a page in front of the wheat.
Cooking fuel.
Wait for it. That's the one I did.
Cooking fuel.
I want to take a picture of that one. Sorry.
There's less things because I don't think there's butter in that one.
Yeah. Take a picture of it.
So that is our
Get some of those tabs.
the basic things. You could do buttermilk with this. The next one has buttermilk.
Somebody else want a picture of that?
LDS home storage
Yeah.
cooks it. So we have the last page.
That one's my favorite hot fudge recipe. And you can take, so this one calls for evaporated, but if I have
I'm just
sweetened
gonna
condensed
snuggle
on
in.
hand, I will add sweetened condensed with some milk so it thins it out so it's not as thick. It works just the same, just the same. Okay, so one thing that I do want to talk about, so there's recipes in here that talk about evaporated milk. It has recipes to use with evaporated. It does the same thing, I believe, with sweet condensed milk. Tells you how to use that. It tells you how to make powdered milk. This is my favorite, making the magic mix. It's on page 73. So, I hate buying things if I can make them. Especially if I can make it better. So I make this magic mix, and this is what I make my cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, cream of whatever soups there are, celery, but mainly I use it for cream of mushroom. This mix, so it has the recipe on it on page 73. It's 2 1/3 cups dry powdered milk, a cup flour or half a cup cornstarch, and 1 cup butter. And all you do is I put it in my mixer, and this is what it makes. And you just stick it in the fridge and use it when you want. So we are gonna make cream of chicken soup.
Do you have a preference on whole or non-fat with this? Doesn't matter.
This is a lot cheaper than that.
Right.
So I just use this.
Non-fat.
Yep. So we are gonna make the cream of chicken soup on page 76.
If it doesn't specify whole, you just use the.
The only reason why I know butter you need to use the whole milk is because I've tried it with this and it tastes disgusting.
Serve over ice cream, very important.
So who wants to make our cream of chicken?
Next.
Is that Morgan?
Hold on. Here's this. And I don't use So, because I'm myself and I don't follow recipes, I also don't use broth in a sense of this is what I use with broth. So I don't measure things because to make broth, it's 1 cup water, teaspoon broth or teaspoon of powder. Well, this calls for 3/4 cup chicken broth. I have a friend that Brittany, made enchiladas, the exact same enchiladas. She came to my house, had dinner. They were amazing. I sent her the recipe. She went home. She's like, it did not taste the same. Because this tastes better. Way better than your store-bought cream of chicken soup. And because I don't measure, it's a lot stronger too. So, you're going to make it a la Shohni style.
I love Shohni.
I remember the first time you made it, I didn't even know you could make homemade.
That's right.
I was like, what? I was so confused.
Question. So the better than bouillon, is that similar to that or no?
Yeah, I think it's less
That
salty.
jar?
Yeah, you know the jar that's like
I
the
think it's
goo?
less salty, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like this goes further. I could be wrong.
I think it does. I think that
And it's
goes
the
as far as
more
price
I think the
Am I just
better
throwing
than
it in,
bouillon,
adding
you
Yep.
are able to this
Okay.
teaspoon.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna sit
I
on
can't
its own
remember.
for
I
a while.
used it once because I just threw it because so Costco just had them on sale for $4.50 for the jars. So for food
Sorry.
storage, but I was
Nope,
making
you're good.
homemade chicken noodle soup because half my family was sick last week, and so I threw that in because I hate my homemade chicken. My husband loves it. I don't. I need more flavor, so I added that to my chicken stock. It's probably the best chicken soup I make, but it turned out really. But I added extra to kick up the flavor of the
3/4
broth.
cup water.
Costco chicken stock and then a scoop
And
of that.
That's what I do. Yeah.
For a cup water, you do a teaspoon of that.
But now
I
it's open.
still
It has to go in the
just do
fridge.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. You have to refrigerate it after.
That,
Or
and then
else
add
you
the
can
water.
And then sometimes
Put it in your shredder.
Good.
make it a little stronger.
Where do you find that at?
This,
Yeah.
Costco.
Walmart, $5.
Yeah.
Sam's Club,
Yeah.
$5.
We also have caldo de tomate, which I
Yep.
put in my beans.
And it's good.
And it's good.
Yep.
Otherwise,
They've got
chicken
tomato,
with the
beef,
tomato.
chicken, shrimp flavored.
Interesting. I'll have to look at that. I used to buy shars that didn't have actual chicken in the chicken or beef in the
Oh, you
beef, and I
could do-
just ran out of that.
I do a ton of that, so you could do however much you want. There's no, yeah, there's no right or wrong in this.
There it is. Okay, what did you say?
Whoops, sorry.
Caldo, C-A-L-D-O.
Yeah.
Is it like a spice
It's,
tea or?
you know what, they
And-
come in
and
cups.
that's-
Seasonings are so yummy.
That's the problem is you can't go wrong with all the seasonings because they taste
I think it's in the.
so good. And all it's gonna do is make your food a lot more flavorful.
It's been a while since I bought it.
See, that's what I always thought, but Coke says I overseasoned, like, by a lot.
With your
Well,
water.
Kobe's dumb. Got that? You too.
And that's when you're baking your beans? Oh, okay.
Last night, I made,
Yep, so it'll come to a boil and then we pull it
Stir
off.
constantly over medium-high heat until it thickens, Morgan.
Is it chicken bouillon? Like tomato bouillon. It's chicken bouillon with a tomato
Like a tomato flavor.
to it.
Okay.
Cool.
I have some.
My Mexican friend.
The red one.
Yes. She's the one who finally taught me how to.
Yeah, it's chicken flavor. I know. I used to buy that. And I go to restaurant to cook, but not as often. So now I buy the.
I have never done
Shall I take a picture of that? 'Cause I
This year gave me
Yeah.
an instant.
know the name of it. Where's that? You said you had the one that started with C.
It's like.
Did you have the one that she was talking about?
Uh-huh. You want it?
a bunch of sour cream, like it's. Is this after the beans are cooked or?
Actually, she was at that beans class and I wrote
I
her
was like, I
like,
used that recipe, so I have it in the store.
Oops. No, you're good. I need to use it more because it's been sitting for quite a while.
I just didn't have time to.
I like Johnny Greek red beans. Rachel's.
Yeah, they're all.
I have 3 different refried beans in your phone.
Look, I don't remember seeing that at Costco, but I do now have a Sam's Club membership also, so I shop at that.
Better.
The big tubs I would get at restaurants.
Oh, okay.
You need to get that again, Lauren.
Way to go, Morgan.
Well, she's the only one who had an LLC to get us a business license to get in there.
So they canceled it.
I've heard that, but I've never.
It took a lot of work just to get
Yellow
that.
spicy tomato sauce. I love
No,
our
I probably
a
didn't
lot
walk.
of big red can. It's really hard to find. It's
I've
so
never
good.
been, and then I was wanting to go, and then she's like, "Yeah, I don't have it anymore." I'm like, "Dang it! Son of a! Now that I have money to spend, I could buy stuff."
What good are you?
Put beans in a mixer and add the
You're fired.
This was the recipe that Shohni made at the class. Can I put this up there?
So now with this, anytime, so this replaces 1 can of cream of chicken.
Sorry, my
I
hand's
always,
so bad.
it doesn't matter what recipe it is, if it calls for 1 can, I always make a
So
double
this is
batch,
2 different ones.
and I
Shohni's
always
good.
add more. For the pure fact that
But Rachel is a really good
it
cook.
just
so I imagine
tastes
hers are
so good.
And she is-
It really does.
What is kitchen okay?
Yes, Shohni, it's a problem because every time I look in the mirror, I
Huh?
start thinking about fell apart.
Now this is done, right?
Yep. You can just leave it right there.
And then does your magic mix go bad, or do you have to use it within a certain time frame?
They say use it in a certain time frame. I've never had it go bad. And sometimes I
Keep in the
use it.
fridge.
Yep. Sometimes I use it a lot. Sometimes I use it like I don't think I've used it in the last 2 months.
I need a second fridge.
I've got 2 and then that's not enough.
Or a 4th fridge. I feel like it wouldn't matter how many fridges I had.
It's
they'd
never
all
enough.
be full.
I have 2 freezers, and they're full.
Have you seen that meme where it's got that funny voice? It's like, "There's never too much, no, never enough." Like that is my life. Doesn't matter what it is, it's never good enough, or it's never enough, I should say. Okay. I wonder if I could put it in
That
this.
cream of chicken you just made, all that recipe makes a can worth, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you use that for enchiladas, you said you tried?
Yep. Anything that calls for a can of cream of chicken, I use this. And anytime it calls for 1 can, I add 2. I never make just 1 batch. I'll make this and then I'll stick some in my fridge. If I'm making cream of chicken, then I make 2, 3, 4 batches. So that when I go to need cream of chicken again, I pull it out of the fridge.
Have you made green bean casserole?
You know what? I have not
I
done
don't
that.
like green bean casserole.
I love green bean
My
casserole.
brown potato recipe calls for cream of chicken. I bet that would be really good.
So do you do the whole green enchilada sauce, sour cream, enchiladas?
So the recipe I follow for enchiladas is Magnolia Table.
Okay.
One of the very few recipes of hers I follow. Because this is the only recipe she has that doesn't require 50 ingredients.
Yeah.
But I again don't measure it. So she takes her tortilla, wraps it with chicken and cheese and chilies.
The Harry Colbert.
I lasagna mine.
I used to. My husband hates the casserole style.
Yeah.
He likes the individual. So I get the tortillas and I mix it with green hatch chilies, chicken, and mozzarella cheese. Roll it up. On the bottom of my pan, she has her sizes. Mine are more equal portions of cream of chicken, sour cream, and enchilada sauce.
So
I like
Are
this
you giving
flavor.
us your enchilada sauce recipe right now? What's happening? Is that in here?
That is not in there.
Come on. Is it secret?
It is not secret.
Wait, should we
I-
try to buy the cream of chicken soup? There's a nice big space on the stage.
I stole that from. It's a copycat. I can't find it anymore online. But it was a copycat. That's not there. Who is that?
Copycat Cafe Rio.
Yeah, it's on
There it is,
76 of
76.
the condensed cream of chicken.
That's my enchilada sauce.
No, you're good.
And it's good.
Sorry, take extra.
Yep.
Oh,
If
is that
you-
the hot fudge? I can put that.
Oh, but
I
here's
can
the
put
magic
thing
mix.
if you
You
want.
have to use like all these call for the magic mix.
Always looking to improve my
That's my
stuff. Take on a mix.
I do everything in the 38 pounds
Okay.
and then 10 to 15, but that's the actual like individual small recipe.
Once you open the milk in the Mylar bag, I have it in a Ziploc bag
Yep.
in my pantry.
How fast?
How do you know when it's bad? Just like any other milk?
Taste, smell.
Alright.
It'll smell. It'll.
Are they still selling stuff at the cannery
Yes.
that public can buy?
I actually heard someone said today that they're discontinuing the hot chocolate, so I need to follow up to make sure that's accurate because that is my plan for chocolate milk in the future.
Hot chocolate.
Is the hot chocolate mix.
At the church, cannery.
Yeah, so I need to find out if
Really
they
good,
are.
hot chocolate.
They do, and we go through it like crazy. So I need to double check to see if that's accurate because that will destroy my life.
Well, you should have been prepared. I'm just saying. You should already have.
I mean,
at least a year's
I
supply.
really don't need powdered milk if my cows would just do what I need them to do.
Get pregnant.
Yeah. It's not too much to ask, is it? Okay, so with the magic mix, there's all those recipes. You can make all of your different condensed soups. You can make Alfredo sauce. You can make it. There is fudge sickles here. You can make so much with just this as your base. Tomato soup. I mean, there's all.
What is Kitchen Okay?
Where's that at?
It's
Yep.
on the cream of mushroom soup. It's an optional for color, but I've never heard of that. Is that food court? What is it?
It's a coloring.
Oh, okay.
I've never done that. I've never added the colors.
Oh.
Even for the butter we're gonna make, I never add.
The coloring.
No.
I didn't know if that was a brand or what. I was like, what is that?
Nope. Okay, we're gonna make butter. So on the very last page is
It's supposed to be tasty.
the butter recipe.
I had COVID 2 months ago, and that whole like weird flavor thing just kicked in this last week. And everything's disgusting.
What you should do is get a spoon and try this.
Okay.
I can eat this. It is so good.
I can't even taste it. Okay.
If you want another spoon, get another spoon and try the sweet condensed milk.
Is Nana here? We went to bed 2 hours ago. And he got it real bad and then I'm like, thank you so much. Sorry, we're none of them got it.
Oh, that's all right.
None of them got it.
Please don't.
Never
No.
on a ventilator, but on oxygen.
And I
Did you make any muffins?
No, go out. No.
I lost my taste and smell, but that, it was only gone for about a week. But now I've got the like altered taste that sometimes happens, and it's disgusting.
The
Good,
Spaghetti
huh?
Apollo
It's so
hasn't had
gross.
taste or smell for 4 months.
Oh, it just tastes like, a lot of stuff just tastes like rotten throw up.
So salty and it tastes so good.
My favorite restaurant,
Love it.
Sassy's,
Yeah.
they make French toast with cinnamon rolls and buttermilk syrup.
Yeah.
It's literally one of my favorite foods on the
Can't eat
planet.
So
I
this is
took
the.
one bite yesterday.
That's
and it
evaporated.
just tasted like barf. I was like, no.
That's because you went without me, so I don't even feel bad.
Sorry, Charlie. Brandon was with me. He wanted to go before we left.
Oh, okay.
Is Saxy's the one on Greenville like me? Over by
Yeah, it's over by
Rachel
Soda Rush.
Lane, and then they have another one
Okay.
on Chrisman. And just
Oh, they do, okay.
Okay, so who wants to do
No. Can you write my name down?
the butter?
I really wanted that one.
right.
We're gonna put it in the blender.
Okay.
You need powder milk, water, oil, and salt. Does that help what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Grapes are literally probably the only thing on the menu I don't like. I don't like their grapes and I don't like the green
Powdered milk. Is it the needle that you use?
Yes, we're gonna use the
cinnamon
needle.
rolls are the best.
Whole milk for butter.
The BLT is amazing, and it also tastes like it.
Oh, shit.
It's my favorite sandwich.
Do you just kind of level it out, or does it?
Yeah,
Have you tried
that's
that
just kind of what I do.
supplement with zinc?
I literally, it's just come on this week.
What are we making? I'm sorry. No, I just
Butter.
So you're using the
I haven't gotten
whole
it, but I just
line
heard someone
I
said
had
Nito.
my daughter. Nito or Nito?
Last year,
Yes.
like July, and then around Christmas time, they started doing this. And it was like
The
6
water
months
is-
until it
You're
was
good.
like, so now it's just starting out. I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be Christmas,
Shall we just
Valentine's Day,
have
my
a third?
birthday, Easter. You know, like so
That's right.
I say if not, there's some of those.
That's right. Is it water?
Yes, ma'am.
Like I want to taste good.
Yeah, like, can I taste it ahead of time before I order it? So I don't spend $30 on
Right.
you know,
Just a bite. I was, someone told this lady to put cinnamon on her tongue and like just hold it there because
like
something
the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, but supposedly
tried that.
something with the cinnamon.
Is that
But she did it and swallowed it, and they were like, "No, you have to hold it on your tongue. 'Cause it's supposed to pull something out of your tongue." That didn't work for her. But then there was the essential oils guide was saying that you have to retrain your
You can't.
Or do we wanna just
olfactory
make-
something, and
It's
you
up
had
to
to do
you.
this order of sniffing different
Do you
oils
normally put salt?
to
You
try
don't
to
normally put salt?
retrain
I
your
don't
brain
know.
and
Okay,
mind.
then
But that's just because all my recipes always call for a ton.
Is it online?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
That's
on,
right.
yeah, it
It's
was,
then
if you
salted
just
better.
Google kind of like remedies for getting your taste and smell back, it popped up on doTERRA had a thing, and it's old something factory.
Like I use some Aveda
Yeah.
lotion on the way over here, that's just in the bottom of my purse. And every time I put my hands close to my face,
So if you look, it's already thickening.
Yeah, but they said it's actually something to do with you have to like
So, like,
retrain
what's
your
in there?
brain.
What
So,
did
like,
you add?
it's
The
the
whole
pattern
milk,
of how you smell
oil,
the oils,
salt,
and I
it's
can't
butter.
remember if you do it like week or however
for
long,
extra
but
virgin
there's a
olive
whole
oil,
thing
salt,
of what you do.
You could do any type of oil fat.
I don't know, but yeah, I came up and doTERRA had a big old thing about how to do
You know, while we're so quarantining, and I'm like, I'm saving it.
So did you get your taste buds back?
Oh yeah,
What?
it took about
Go downstairs. Don't come back up here.
and I
Yeah,
got that. I'm like,
Don't eat it.
Johnny, if you use a regular blender or it has to be?
That would work better. Or like the wire whisks is really good. Or like a food processor. I was just too lazy to get my food processor out.
something that's gonna mix it with it.
Yeah.
So what's all the ingredients in this, Shohni? Just the oil, salt, butter.
Powdered milk, water, oil.
I didn't.
And we didn't add the salt.
For like 5 days. So that salt was like for about a week.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, you know, the first couple of days were.
I don't add salt to my butter. And if you did this with a food processor, it would work probably a little
My
better.
husband's cousin got it, and he was
Mine's a
running.
process to get out.
What's
It was
the
fine.
benefits of having
He's
salt
in
in there?
there.
Just taste?
Yeah.
He was like, it's fine. I was running that
My
same
husband
thing.
hardly got anything.
Yeah.
It should let everything.
Yeah.
I
He's
never
like,
add
I
it
was
to
super mild.
mine
He's like, I was
just
running.
because, or I buy
I don't run any.
unsalted
I'm like,
butter.
unless someone's chasing me,
I
I
do.
ain't running.
So you come all like,
And I just
I'm
want
gonna
to faster
fire
than
for
Johnny.
my
That's salty.
But I add a ton of salt to my food, so to add it to the butter when I'm already adding it a ton to the food.
yeah, I hear you.
I also heard that
He's
you
like, come
can't
jump on the trampoline.
put
Freak out. I'm done.
unsalted butter on the counter and leave it on the counter.
Oh, that I don't know.
You can only put
You're so
salted
crazy.
butter on the counter and
Okay.
leave it out.
And they had like a vending machine with like.
See, and you could take this and add butter flavor if you want. They sell it they sell maple syrup, like maple flavoring.
Like garlic salt?
Well, no, like how they sell maple flavor or vanilla. They also sell butter flavored, just butter flavor. So if you wanted,
Yeah, so like I said, like add the like if you're doing French toast, not French toast, the spaghetti, you know.
yeah,
Just
you
add,
can make
But
garlic
they
butter.
have,
yeah, garlic butter.
yep.
were you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you meant add garlic salt. I'm like, yeah, you could.
Well, to make the garlic butter.
Yeah.
Or honey.
What was the other thing you said you didn't add to it?
I didn't know.
Um,
Flavor?
You said maple?
No, I said you
Butter.
could buy butter flavor like you would buy maple or vanilla.
They have
They
butter.
sell butter
I guess
flavor.
I didn't video any of all
To make
of
it more buttery.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it was in the screen. Maybe it was.
Sorry, I scooted it back.
No, you're good. Oh. Battery. Is it still recording? Apparently. I don't know. Not technically.
I'll be honest. Is this the best butter? No, there's nothing like real butter. But if it came down to it, I can make butter.
Oh, yeah, see, here's imitation butter flavor.
Yep. I've seen some people add food coloring so it looks like butter, like it's more yellow. I don't care that much.
Now, when you make your butter from your cow, have you done that?
I haven't because we haven't, well, not from my cow. I have done it with someone else's raw cow milk.
I don't know what that is. I can't remember.
That's the evaporated milk, and that's
sweet
the
cream then? Yeah.
scope.
Okay, now we will make cheese.
What kind of cheese is this?
So it's called, there's two different types we can make. I put in there the recipe for ricotta and for cream cheese. So we're gonna do the cream cheese one.
So not cheddar.
Nope. No, and there's not much you can do, to be honest, with powdered milk and variety of cheeses.
That's good.
I've never had them all turn out very well, but something's better than nothing, so. Okay. So here is, I'll get the vinegar. But you'll need a pot.
It's not that bad to be honest. It's not.
So if everybody wants to do it, or just one person, don't care, but there's the pot.
Oh man, do I have to buy
And
cheese?
we're gonna do the cream cheese.
You can see
just like
the socket that's right there by
Do you use cheesecloth? We're just gonna use
I didn't get to Ellsworth, so I have to go sauce them in, go around the airport. Well,
So where's the other Sassy's? Kristen and what?
Just south of the freeway, the
Oh,
60.
okay.
So if you take the
my
interchange,
goodness,
it's like
it's
right
over
off of Chrisman.
do you go to Jones?
Before you even get to baseline.
Oh, okay.
A to Z pediatric.
Oh, okay. We go to Martin Dental right there too.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say my kids go.
Do you go to Giles? No, for you.
I'm gonna go to Jordan actually.
He's right there, by you.
Yeah. A lot of people in my work go to that office. I don't know if they know Jordan.
You're probably good. I just like Dr. Jones.
I need to call them and see how they're going.
In the middle of the night, Facebook rabbit hole is getting to me. Tired.
Sometimes I get really deep into that.
Front office gal is
Stupid burn calendars pie.
That's what I miss about working there.
I'm glad I'm not the
Everything
only
every
one.
I know better.
Alright, so who's doing the cheese?
Any takers? Any takers?
Where did you do it?
I guess
Yeah, I'm done something.
Come on.
You have to help me.
Come on.
Everyone has to
in.
I'm not a cooker.
Without giving.
Not for us, Stuart. Very mad. Very baby. I just aged myself.
Go get your father.
Well, I'm wearing a Reading Rainbow shirt.
I was gonna say, I like.
Yep.
I saw somebody on TV wearing it, and I was like, I need one of those. I love LeVar Burton. He's one of my favorite humans.
You know what that came out?
Some water.
Get lost. Where's your dad?
Nice town. It's so good.
Go get.
But we
One,
had early
two.
Sesame Street, Electric Company.
I don't want you.
I wasn't allowed to watch Electric Company with my big sister. She would not let me.
Yeah.
Because it was a big girl show. She was mean.
It's
Bigger
just
words.
Yeah, she
my
was mean.
this water.
She kicked me out.
She says hi. Get lost.
Also, there was another one. Electric Company
Hurry.
and
Hurry.
something else that she would watch when she was home.
Go to bed.
Sesame Street. Just
Nope.
loved it.
Not today.
I love Sesame
Elmo came on.
I didn't love
Those two.
Just
Picture
right.
Rides.
You know
The
what?
puppets were creepy.
My mom
I only
didn't
liked the
like it
main,
either.
the picture where you would like go places and make crayons or whatever. Like the whole
And
puzzle
then you're gonna
thing.
whisk it.
My mom thought the same thing.
They were really weird.
We were 4 or 5.
Have you seen the shirt that says, Mr. Rogers did not prepare me
Oh,
for my
shoot.
neighborhood?
That's cute. That's nice. I knew that one.
It's on Amazon.
Or try two things.
It was just so gentle talking. Like his voice was so soothing.
Such a good feeling.
My daughter likes to go to sleep watching Bob Ross, just because
didn't
it's
see
just
the
so soothing and
Oh,
happy.
Bob Ross, for sure.
The movie was really good.
Was it?
Was it? I haven't
Tom
watched the
Hanks.
movie.
I need to watch it. I didn't watch it either.
He looked really good in the role, but I haven't watched it. I watch a lot of stuff anymore.
I know, right?
So again,
I'm sure I
they're
didn't watch
fat.
it for a couple of years.
Well, I screwed up and added the other. So we're gonna make two, see which one turns out better.
Ooh.
My children always have the TV, so I just read anymore.
I don't have time for TV during the day. If I have time, I'd rather take a nap.
Yeah.
And if I watch it at night, I fall asleep. I used
That's
to
really the only
read all
time I
night long. I cannot read all night. Remember the Twilight books? I didn't read. I didn't sleep for like weeks. Now I can't. I start reading. I read the same paragraph 7 times, and then I'm like.
I thought I used the audiobook.
Me too. My son woke up the other night in the middle of the night and he was like, I can't sleep. And he said the best thing for putting me back to sleep is reading
Yeah.
the scriptures. Or go listen to a conference talk.
And I started reading the Harry Potter books. And so I got to number 3.
Let's go with them too.
And they're making a movie. I'm like, I don't have time for that. Let's bring on the movies.
I always liked the books better, but the first Harry Potter movie, I really loved. It was like, oh, I'm surprised how magical they made this. I was really happy with the first year. I don't remember the
And
rest.
I didn't know how to pronounce Hermione.
Hermione? I don't think anybody did. Hermione.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
How do you say that?
And so I started.
It's
Yeah.
Hermione.
But I
I feel
remember
like-
our grandma sent us the movie, and we were like, what is this? And we're like, okay. And then I think she sent us the second one, and I think we finally watched them, but like we didn't. And then my sister-in-law, mother-in-law were reading the books, and I think 6 books were out at the time. They're like, oh, you have to read it. I'm like,
I
whatever.
wouldn't be so stressed.
Yeah, I read the 6 of them in 3.5 days. I'm a really fast reader, and I would work all day, and I would come home and my husband would go to work, and he'd do class during the day and work at night. So he would leave, and I'm like, well, I'm home, so I just read. And yeah, so then I had to wait for the 7th book to come out. We were actually on vacation, and I sent my husband to the store. We were up for a family reunion, and I'm like, go get me the book. My mom said, you were not reading on vacation. I go, oh, yes, I am. I read it.
We're about
That's hilarious.
I
I have such a bad memory. I have to read everything again.
Yeah, that's my husband.
So-
He hates reading because he's like, I just read the same paragraph 6 times and I still don't know.
I love reading, but I have to wait until the whole series is done because if I have to wait a year for a book, I'm gonna have to read 1 through 5 again. Because
When I get so mad when I'll start something and realize they're not all out yet, it kills me. I'm like, no, I'll stop. I'm like, nope, I'll wait till they're all out.
I agree.
What they say.
I feel like I'm missing something going on. If I'm reading a book, I should be doing something. But I feel like
Then it's too
I'm
late.
not productive or I'm gonna miss
Say anything about getting the
something I need to do. The world is gonna end kind of thing.
Funny.
Isn't that weird?
Reading gives you anxiety.
If you guys have read that, that's a good series.
I'm into it. Then I feel, I don't know, like I should be doing something. I mean, I can sit and watch TV and not feel guilty.
I read a book and then you feel guilty.
Right?
That's my unwind. I read books.
I was on my honeymoon on the way home, reading book 3. Well,
Yes.
I got my my father-in-law's
Yes,
house in
man.
Louisiana, driving back an Airstream and a moving truck. And so my husband's driving, I'm all like,
Where you get to it?
That's so funny. My mom has an 80-year-old boyfriend she met in her silver sneakers class.
We had a friend that gave
And
birth.
they've been dating
She
for
raised 2. She's like, I'll give you
more
one
than a
of each
year
option,
now.
so.
It's probably been close to 2 years. And
But we took 2 of our yams and had them get roasted.
but they're, you know, like
I'm like, every year
because
we're
there's
doing
somebody
yams again.
that calls and who calls her, you know. Yeah, or they just go over to his house and watch the jazz game. You know, like they just spend time together, you know. But she can't stand. But she's like, but my mom's always been a lead foot. So she was like, they were going on a road trip to visit his sister in Oregon. And she was like, 70,
he's all,
we were 73, we were 49. Okay. So she was like, I don't, and she knits, she's like, I can already knit so much, I don't think I can knit all the way to Oregon. And I said, get on Amazon, buy yourself a Kindle, download our Audible, and listen to audiobooks, download some movies, like just put on some headphones and stare at your tablet. She's like,
Like that.
they were visiting his sister and she was trying to book a room, like a timeshare or hotel or whatever. And she was like,
I know.
well, I
That's the
found
difference
this room,
between
but it's
whole milk
on the
and
third floor.
non
So I don't know. And he goes, and his sister's name is Jane or June or something. He goes, well, I don't think June can make it up all those
Oh, I'd
stairs.
much
She's
rather
like,
somebody else do it if it screws
your
up.
sister's staying with us. We're going to visit. Oh,
Sorry.
so funny to listen
And it
to.
involves
Old people dating What? And then she Marco Polo you can, she's like, look,
Make some good,
here's you. And there's June.
How old is his sister?
Older than him.
Wow. That's funny.
That's so funny. How's cheese come along, girls?
Does it look like cheese yet?
Or is this frothy?
Is it
Wait.
supposed to be frothy?
Who has the whole milk and who has the cannery milk?
I have the whole milk.
This is the Nido.
Yep.
This is the cannery. Whoa, wow, yours is way frothier.
Yours may not work.
Thanks, Johnny.
Here, sit your spoons. You come do the one that works.
Okay. It smells good.
Now, have you guys added the vinegar yet or not yet?
No, ma'am.
yet. Whoa, that is really frothy.
Yeah, I don't know if the froth will work. Well, it is powdered milk.
Smells like.
So we're following the ricotta cheese. Like I haven't.
No, or the cream cheese. Behind that.
I think it smells good. It smells like a grilled cheese sandwich. when I was making the funeral potatoes for Thanksgiving.
Sounds
it was
good.
like, this is the nastiest. And my daughter was like, it smells like heaven. And I'm like, I can't even explain what the. It's just. I know. That's what my friend said. She's like, maybe it'll be an easy way to lose weight. Like,
I thought I'd lose weight during COVID, but
no, yeah. And it's just something like, did you guys ever watch The Last Unicorn?
It sounds familiar.
Cartoon. I watched it 1,000 times,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't remember this part if you didn't watch it 1,000 times, probably like I did. But anyway, there's the last unicorn in the world. They go to this castle at the end of the earth because this king has been collecting all the unicorns and putting them in the ocean. So they go to save the unicorns, but the magician that's with her has to turn her into a human.
Let's see if Attic.
So she's a human staying at the castle. So they have to get past the skeleton, and in order to get past the skeleton, the magician makes some wine, and the skeleton is like drinking air, and his cheeks turn pink, and he's, and he goes, the magician's like, there isn't even anything in there. And he goes, but I remember. And literally that's how I felt all through COVID. I'm like, I know what life cereal is supposed to taste like. I just kept eating.
A lot. Shohni measuring. Oh, I can feel it. Cheese. Okay, so that, how many did I do?
You did 2.
Something's chunky. Yep, you can see the chunks.
Doesn't it smell like grilled cheese?
It's not.
Oh no, oh no. Huh?
How many are you supposed to put in?
4.
It's a different smell.
not quite sure what it is. Shohni, do you still sell eggs?
Yes, ma'am.
Are your chickens laying?
Yes.
I get like 1 a day. They're all molting. Sunflower, we had the bobcat attack, and the next day, literally Sunflower dumped all of her feathers. She looks like a vulture. Little naked chicken, poor thing. I know, I put the heat lamp out there. But, yeah, they're all molting, so they're not laying. I get like 1 egg a day, and I have 14.
Where do you live?
I live right between the 202 and Brown Mountain.
Oh, okay.
So,
you're in
I'm-
that mountain area.
But like I'm the last house before the 202.
Oh, wow.
So I just have desert between the freeways.
So are you over by like Becky Bentley?
Bentley.
Becky Bentley is
Who's-
in my neighborhood. Sierra
Oh,
Heights.
wait, Shanda Bentley.
Shanda Bentley.
Shanda Bentley.
It's funny because
Do you know who the Molinas are? The Zimmermans. They're in Grandview. That's in North.
My uncle Paul lives in Grandview. or
Uncle
did.
Paul.
Paul Tidwell.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
We just moved.
They just sold the house, so they're not there.
Oh.
They've been there for years though. But they're in Grandview.
We've only been there for 2 years, and 1 year has been COVID, so I don't know very many people.
Well, I think we were talking about the water thing, and we moved out right as you guys moved in, so we missed each other.
Okay. Yes, we're not in Grandview. We're on the other side of the
The
road.
other side of it, yeah.
on that 80,
80 something. 86? I don't know.
80th or 88?
I'm not good at paying attention to the street names.
That's board right there. So have you ever had?
She's in Stacy Boren's old house.
The bobcats like.
I see them.
Oh my
So-
gosh, that would be scary.
So,
Oh, the Boren's old house.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor.
so they make a bunch of noise. Like the first time, I heard them like, and they don't make noise in the middle of the night. So I was like, what the heck is going on,
Yeah.
Right.
And I got up and looked out, and we put 3 windows in that side of the house. There weren't any windows. And I peeked out the window, and I can see the silhouette of the bobcat on top of the enclosure. We've got him in like a full enclosure from Tractor Supply, but still. Anyway, so then I started sleeping with my bathroom light on so that I could peek out the window and see him. But he gets away too fast.
Oh my word.
but he scares the girls so bad they make a bunch of noise and then they can't go back to sleep and then I can't go back to sleep. So then I look at Facebook.
So where do you get the rolls of cheese from? Kitchen supply store?
I got it at Walmart. No, granted, I don't. But you can't get it at Walmart. Butter
Really bad
Muslim
cameras.
is better than this.
Butter, Muslim? Where do you get that?
What kind of what? Oh, I guess I should.
Is it thicker?
What is it better?
Butter Muslim.
Muslim or muslin?
Yeah, same thing.
Like an Arab man, or like the cloth that baby Jesus was wrapped in?
It can be what you would like it to be.
Butter Muslim.
I don't know. I can speak Spanish better than English.
Poor Mandy, she didn't know she was standing up for the long haul. She's like, why did I get the 14-hour recipe?
To boil.
Sucks to be my friend.
But at least you're not a buttered Muslim.
This is true.
So how many layers do you have there?
I put 4 in.
Okay. And you put it in a strainer?
Yep.
Well, it said
Oh,
that it
hers
was
is
gonna
chunky.
separate.
When you add the vinegar, it starts getting chunky.
Oh, that makes sense. It's like,
Muslin, by the way, muslin.
He wants to be a Muslim.
If you're typing it in and trying to look for it, it is in here. It's supposed
He
to separate
identifies as a
from the
Muslim.
whey and the curds. That's what you're straining out,
I made
apparently.
cottage cheese for my earth science class in 7th grade for extra credit, and my teacher ate it.
I didn't.
No, I hate
I
cottage
just found
cheese.
out that was from milk. Cottage cheese is fermented milk.
I do not eat cottage cheese. And after making it in 7th grade, I did not like it.
I have to have like a lot.
Right?
That you brought it in and
I know.
she's all willing to
I
eat
know.
it.
She ate it right in front of me. She's like, this is one of the better ones I've tried. And I was like,
Oh
oh.
my
It looked like sand. It wasn't like
Yeah.
the store, like, and when she told us we could do it for extra credit, she was like, I will know if you bought it from the store. Don't buy it from the store and try to pass it by me. And it's no wonder because it looked so gross. It was not like anything I still talked about.
So are you rinsing it too now?
Yeah, so that's what gets the sour taste out.
Pour some water over the curd to remove the sour taste of the vinegar. A lot of seconds, minutes, a lot of water.
So you poured it into the.
Well, yeah, but I dumped out the way.
Okay.
I wasn't
missed
gonna
that
save
part. I
the
wasn't
way.
paying attention. Just so you know. So you put the cloth on here, and then you put the cloth in that bowl, and then
Yep.
you just poured it in there, and then you just picked up the cloth, and then you dumped out the way. Yep. And here we are, and that is the curd.
Yeah, the bottom got burned, so it might taste a little.
And once it boils, you have to put the vinegar in it. So you're waiting still for it to boil. Okay, this was the fat-free milk, though. Right? This is the cannery milk.
Yep.
And hers is the Nido. Okay, I think we can add the vinegar.
It boiled and then came down.
It started to come. Oh, I turned up the heat for me.
That's mine. No. I'm still not happy with you. Go, get it off. Did you do your laundry? Hey, did you do your laundry? You're gonna be naked tomorrow. Ricky, what's up?
Mandy.
Okay, ready?
I don't think I've ever seen this kid in clothes. Oh yeah.
No.
Love you.
No, I took them all swimming at Lysandas. My daughter lives in Lysandas.
Love you.
And I took them swimming this summer. But not the two little ones.
And so my daughter was talking to Kaylin, and she's like, "So that's your brother?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's my brother, and that's my big sister, and there are 2 naked boys at home."
Dog.
No, it's reindeer.
A reindeer.
No. No. Put it back.
One.
1, 2.
What other animals go now?
Cat has one.
Put it back.
Cat has one.
I have to say, he was actually dressed last cooking class we had.
Yeah.
And I always said,
What's up, Brig?
This one. He just wants animals in there. Give him a reindeer.
because I was
Go.
like, wait a minute.
Okay. It was 4 tablespoons vinegar.
Okay, we're gonna have to get the food processor out for this. Brig, get lost. Go. I'm not saving you. Tonight's not the night. Go.
How old are you, Brig? Briggy, how old are you? You want some cheese? You don't know? You don't know how old you are? Oh, then are you 2? You must be 2.
Go. No. Go.
Briggy,
I'm not
come here.
saving you. You're going to bed.
Want to make some cheese?
Say love you, Mandy. Good night.
Love you. Go to bed. What is that?
I remember whenever like thinking, oh my word, this is so tough compared to the
Maybe it's burnt. Maybe it was.
Maybe I'm like
Oh,
screaming.
that's Cody's son, Ollie. He's like,
Is it supposed to be getting more
I
clumpy
don't
than
want to
this?
be a pioneer.
She's sick. And she's not
Me.
small for her age.
No, let it sit for a minute.
I just need to buy freeze-dried
And
cream
he's
cheese.
like
Uh-oh.
huge compared to her. But I mean, his dad is.
Turn that
very-
off. And we'll put it where it doesn't keep cooking.
They should do this kind of stuff on the track. That's what they should do.
No. The kids already hate the trek.
What?
I mean the food. They hate the food.
The food.
They
I
hate
agree
the
with
food. Like, they're having this experience.
You know.
Give them some good food. At least one meal. Give them one good meal a day so that they can have a better experience.
We had good food.
Our
Oh.
food, except for breakfast, that was my. Like, 'cause
Both
they did
my
oatmeal,
teenagers
and I
had,
can't eat
like-
oatmeal, so I lived
It
on
does.
apples.
The
for
brownness
breakfast
at the
and
bottom's
lunch.
kind of burned. We're here for the lesson of how to, not
Yeah.
what.
Burnt stuff for flavor, bugs for protein. This is Pioneer Days, ladies. Here we go.
We made our own hardtack, we made our own jerky, we made our own, we dehydrated fruit, apples and nasty stuff like that.
See, and I'm the opposite. Make them suffer.
Well, they kind of did.
I
Well,
think that's the whole purpose of the trek.
the purpose is to get the idea of what it's like,
Yeah,
but
but
to
you.
full on make them like
Sure.
suffer.
Thank you all.
They end up not having a good time, and then they hated it. You know.
Pioneer, they didn't suffer.
That's
with
'cause of
blisters,
God.
but yeah, I had blisters and lost a toenail and all that stuff.
Oh, here
But-
comes
See,
the
the
good.
year I went, we got rained out, and after 24 hours, we got sent home.
I was super bummed because when I was 18, I had the opportunity to go on the track again for the second time or go to girls camp. Well, girls camp kept getting fired out, so I didn't even go my 5th or 6th year. But so between work, I had to choose. I loved the trek, even though it was awful with the food. I still was like, I want to do the trek, and then it rained out, so we got sent home after.
I was
So I was
like,
like, I should have done girls camp.
my prayers were answered.
Yeah.
I was miserable.
She loved it. I loved it though, but they did. They gave us the bag of the little hard biscuit crackers and the
Yeah.
jerky.
They had
No,
us
we didn't make it.
rationed.
mine's
that they gave us
overcooked.
on the
Yeah.
trip
So
and the
mine
steak,
isn't
like,
making anything but like,
it's like a miracle. It hurts.
I
yeah.
remember
For some
looking at my
reason-
hands and thinking, because we were only mom and pa, I didn't go as a teenager.
I
so
didn't either.
my hands were so dirty, and I remember thinking, if I can live through my hands being this dirty, like eating with these hands, like what's the point of ever washing my hands again? Because I should be dead. You know, like they were so filthy.
Did you go for in Salt River State?
Yeah,
What year did you
before
go?
my kids were. Let's see.
Yes, yours is gonna be crazy.
So my 27-year-old was 8 because he and his sister flew by themselves on Southwest to go up to my mom. So, yeah, 90. No, it would have been 2000.
19 years ago.
We went in 2015.
I guess, yeah.
2015. 16. And it's not for Salt River State.
I wanted to go when my teenagers were, but they
Flipping freezing it then.
So 2003, and then 99.
And then
When
you
I got
can
to go.
go. Okay, so I didn't show you, but what drains off a cheese is what's called whey.
cards and way.
I'm not saving it. I don't have time for that this week. Oh, I already dumped it.
There's a little bit.
You're the worst
I know.
YouTuber ever. That's the way.
It is really good to put in these. Right, you can replace it in any recipe.
How are we gonna get
where it
any,
calls
like,
for water? Uh-huh.
Sponsors for our channel.
You have a chicken.
I need to get on there and like it.
So I have a channel that I have like 3 videos from 10 years ago on, you know? But then my friend couldn't come to the water class, so I recorded it for her. So I put it on my YouTube channel, and so then I recorded the next one because somebody else was like, can you record it? And now, like, everybody's like, well, isn't Jenny just recording? So I'm like, anyway, so here I am with all these unedited videos on my lame channel.
SHOHNI.
Is it coming up? No? I'll have to send you the link.
What would be really fun is to do a clabber class.
But I haven't put the rice and beans one on it yet.
What? Nope. Go to bed.
All these Eastern videos.
Middle Eastern? Must be a Middle Eastern name.
Your name was Middle
Yeah, I thought it was like, I thought it was Indian, not
Oh, you
Indian.
know what? I forgot the age. Sonny.
Sonny.
So that makes a lot more sense.
Right? There's that Bollywood actress, Sonny.
Come on.
Oh, whoops. I'm a really bad YouTube videographer. Nobody's gonna hire me.
So you can see this is really crumbly. You can leave this as ricotta.
Or feta cheese?
Could be.
Well, doesn't it depend on what it tastes like?
You can add salt.
Mom.
I don't think you need it, but.
That looks way different than the other stuff.
I'm wondering if this will go into a green. It says it will, but.
Just add the weight for a way if it doesn't.
I'm just ready to be
He dumped it really fast. Which one is that? The sweetened condensed or the
Evaporated. Actually, the condensed will taste better.
And this is why your cream cheese will not taste like Shohni.
You guys see how thick that is now?
Oh yeah.
How bad can it really taste?
as surprised as we are?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I got this shit down.
She's been doing this for years.
It was like 1 and then 4 or 5, just till it formed what she wanted.
I've never added sweetened condensed milk.
There's a first time for everything.
So make a note in your book if this tastes good.
So with that, you can make cheesecake. Maybe.
Well, and you can use this like ricotta cheese.
Like in a lasagna?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have the sweetened condensed milk for that.
This one's like
Ricotta
cheesecake.
cheese recipe. It's a little different.
The cheesecake.
I'm afraid to taste this.
Oh.
My taste buds.
Um.
Everything smells disgusting, so.
I mean, it's powdered milk, so
No.
it is.
Is this the one from Nido?
Yes.
So what happened when, I know you said to use the
It
whole
does
milk.
not taste like cream cheese.
So the one you threw out because it wouldn't form?
What about the texture?
I mean, kind of. The texture
The
is
other one
not
form,
like
right?
So the other one we burned the bottom up.
Is it
So
like
would it
ricotta?
have
Is
formed?
it grainy?
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah, it's more like
because we burned the
powdery.
bottom. So
It's
it,
not bad.
the longer,
pretty
and,
good.
and that was the difference is that
And I
one
think
formed
the
curds
condensed
really
probably did make
quickly,
it taste a little better.
so it'll make the curds
Was
quicker.
that the whole or the onion?
The non-fat. This is the whole milk.
Mm.
And normally you make it whole?
I mean, for what it is,
Tastes good, yeah.
So Shawnee, maybe, because it tastes more like ricotta, so like you can put it in the refrigerator overnight. Will it change it to taste like?
it won't change it flavor-wise.
And texturally,
Yeah.
will it change?
Well, I mean, it'll get harder in the fridge, whereas like right now it's room temperature, so it's spreadable.
Oh, okay.
Get us a bagel.
Let me pull out my box and I'll make
And then put some.
Now you can take an air fryer and biscuits and make bagels. Have you seen this?
Technically,
There's
we
that
can take this